money, my nigga, get money, go. Get money, my nigga, get money. Go ahead. Get money, my nigga, get money, go. Get money, my nigga, get money. Go ahead. All my niggas stay focused on the bag. Get crazy guap, go local for the cash. Think about being broke in the past. Oh, pop the piss and let alone had a pad. That's why we grind to go hard the way we does. Counting dust, spending money in the club. Before you kick it, make sure it's all in order, K. Gotta know the play way before you orchestrate.
Let's go!
All right, 15 minutes of fame.
Okay, let's get it.
HHIR, two-time champion of the year, you know what I'm saying?
Let's go!
They let me in here because you know what I mean, exclusive Nunu in the building. You know what I mean, 15 minutes of fame. What's up, Nu?
First of all, shout out to Uncle Rob. Shout out to the trappers.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Now we see why Anwar is behind the camera. And now we see why D.I. the Henny Man is behind the camera doing these interviews instead of Uncle Ra. Let's talk about it.
U2 is the third and last 50. Welcome. At 814, meet X20.
Yo, what up, man? It's your boy Chris. I'm by checking in back with another blog. Let's talk about it, man. You know, I did this media blog recently. I said that URL, with the creation of URL media, could freeze out battle rap media, could freeze them out. I started getting calls. People started hitting me up. People started messaging me, telling me like, yo, you too late. Media is already being froze out. Media is already being froze out as of a few months ago. You know what I'm saying? And I know a lot of y'all gonna say, maybe URL is leveling up. They can do what they want to do at the end of the day. You're right. URL is black owned. They can do what they want to do at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? It's your company, your rules. Play by your rules. You can do what you want to do. But we got to really look at this, bro. We got to really, really look at this. You know what I'm saying? Because in my personal opinion, I feel like this is what you got to realize. A lot of y'all may not really get it because y'all not media. You know what I'm saying? You got to understand, like, when you media, bro, all you ever really care about is respect. That's all you really care about is the respect factor. You want to know that the work you put in is respected by the fans, is respected by leagues that you cover them. They appreciate what it is that you do. That's really what you care about. I'm one of these people that feel like you should eat with the people you starve with. That's kind of like one of them. And, you know, don't forget where you come from, that kind of stuff. And I'm not saying that the media is part of URL in terms of, you know, we part ownership of the company or their part ownership. I don't even say me. This ain't even about me. Let me take me completely out of the equation. This is not about me. I don't care about this situation from my standpoint. You know, I'm doing me. I'm independent. I ain't trying to link with nothing. But let me just say this. Back in the day, bro, let me take y'all through this scenario. Back in the day when URL was first starting out, back when they had about 250,000 subscribers, you were trying to fill up these venues, man. Webster Hall, Irving Plaza, all these different venues. They didn't have any media at the time, you know what I'm saying? I remember Michael Hughes from Vlad TV used to come to the events and film for Vlad TV, give them a little bit of exposure. I remember Hip Hop Is Real was just starting out, you know what I'm saying, doing a little thing. 15 Minutes of Fame was starting out doing a little thing. And during this time, when you needed a voice to kind of spread messages, you know what I'm saying, as they grew, you had like, oh, remember Beasley had the big thing, the whole Pray for St. Louis thing. He had issues with, I think, Young Ill or whatever. He had to get in front of a camera, explain the situation, maybe even apologize. That was a big deal.
You know, for the most part, I spoke to him, and he said that he was ready, he was prepared. He was ready to come up to New York and do his thing against Mr. Wavy. Young Ill is a talented MC, you know what I mean? But I haven't heard from him, so I'm just more so concerned about his well-being because that's more important, and that takes precedence over any MC battle, you know?
Daylight, No Show, DNA, get in front of a camera, explain what happened. That was a big deal. Clips and Tay-Rock couldn't go down. You get in front of a camera, explain that to the fans. You want to sell tickets to this, tickets to Armageddon, tickets to this car, tickets to that car. Get in front of the camera, explain everything that's going down. Oh, Murder Mook and Briz, you know, get into a fight on stage or whatever. You got to get in front of a camera, explain what happened. Briz back out of the battle, the Mook battle. You get in front of a camera, explain what happened.
It's our responsibility as the league. So people have to understand, as the league, to explain what happened, to let the consumers and the fans know that this battle will not be taking place. I'm at a loss of words. Like, I don't understand exactly what happened. You know, we did do a contract. He was paid. He did the promo. And then shortly after the promo dropped, he opted out for whatever reasons. You know what I mean? Those are things that Briz will have to explain to the world when he's ready.
Norbs is no longer part of URL. You get in front of a camera and explain what happened. Those cameras were 15 minutes of fame, and hip hop is real. Now granted, those videos went to their channel and they monetized off their channel. So they got paid off those videos. But as you were growing, so was hip hop is real, and so was 15 minutes of fame. Y'all were growing together. You know, except they were also going to other battle leagues. They weren't just only going to URL. So when you need it, this is what I say about a use, and this is why sometimes I personally don't like it. Just me though, but I come from media, so I get it. When you needed me, I was cool. It's like, oh, you know, let me call Hip Hop is Real to get this interview out, get that interview out. Let me hit up Uncle Rod to do this interview. There was a time when our channels blew up to the point, I'm saying our, but I'm really speaking for Hip Hop is Real and 15 Minutes of Fame. The channels blew up so much, you needed that outlet. URL didn't have no media. Yeah, they had Twiz and they had this person. But those guys ain't finna run around, film URL, put it up on the channel. They weren't doing that, bro. They was just going to those outlets to spread the message that they wanted spread it. So then you needed us to get your message across, to sell these tickets at Urban Plaza, to let people know that Summer Madness is coming and this person is coming and that person is coming. You needed those entities at that time. So you kind of grew up together. So that's what I mean when I say eat with the people you starve with. You starved with them at one point in time. As they were trying to get their name up, you trying to get your name up. You trying to separate yourself from King of the Dot. You're bigger than King of the Dot, but King of the Dot was still respected and coming. So you still trying to separate yourself and grow the brand as well. You hate to see it get all the way to caffeine, and then people that were a part of it in the beginning to some capacity can no longer be a part of it. There's no Twiz anymore. There's no Avocado. I know he came late. And there's no Norbs. And then there's no Hip Hop is Real can't get in the venue, and 15 Minutes of Fame can't get in the venue. There's this blanket that it's a COVID restriction and COVID issues. That's not true, bruh. That's really not true. They're being told, Hip Hop is Real and 15 Minutes of Fame, that they can't get in the venue due to COVID restrictions because they're not staff. Let that marinate. They're not staff, okay? We all know everybody's being COVID tested. Let's just keep it a buck. You know what I'm saying? The ballards are being COVID tested. The staff is being COVID tested. The plus ones that the ballards bring to the event are also being COVID tested. So it ain't really a big deal to give Uncle Ra or Knowledge one more extra COVID test. You know what I'm saying? It's not really a big deal. Not only that, look at this. A real king and queen will be in their building. Papoose, Remy Ma, coming to Kings and Queens. That's what Caffeine posted. Are they staff? No, they not staff. URL can make anybody staff, bro. When you pull up to a URL event, it's not smacking Beasley sitting outside making sure saying, yo, he's good, he's good, he's good. They have a list. They just put your name on the list. You come up, you say you Chris Unbiased, mark you off the list, and you go in the event. Or they give you a ticket and you go in the event. So all you really got to do is just put Knowledge in them as staff. You can just make them staff for the day so that they can come in and do media. So that's what I mean by that whole thing. Like, just say what it really is. Just say, look, we start our own media. We only want to control the media that's in the building, get the interviews we want to get. We can't stop what you do outside of the Caffeine Studios. We just don't want anybody that isn't URL in the building filming. Just say that. That's what I mean. Don't piss in my face and say it's rain. Just say what it is. We know a lot of this is, if you're not willing to walk the company line, we don't need you anymore. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you want to go talk to Head Ice and let Head Ice diss us in an interview? and put it out on your channel, we don't need you anymore. If you want, not saying we don't need you per se, but we're going to restrict certain things and we're going to blanket it around a COVID situation.
That because me and Tech 9 battled. They got rid of that, twin. That shit is not even on the internet where you can search the shit. And this what bothers me about y'all deleting that. My mom's died 2 days before I battled Tech 9. Tech 9's sister died the day of the battle.
Damn.
We still did the battle.
Yeah, you never delete that.
How did you take that down?
Yeah, that's violation.
That's violation at its utmost.
Yeah, that's violation.
I should knock your head off just for that alone.
Oh, you want to go interview, who else? You want to go interview Chess about Norbs and about a lawsuit? Oh, okay, we don't like that. We'll just restrict you even more.
Say, bro, is it everybody business? Nah. Oh, no, bro. Like, if he sue them niggas, do they take a piece of my check out of... Yeah. Because then I'm mad.
To update the people who aren't in tune, Norbs is suing for $40 million. And he's not getting... And $250,000.
My man right here just burst out laughing right here, bitch.
Get no
That's
fucking...
funny.
You ain't getting no fucking 40 million.
You want to go talk to this dude, and he's anti-URL. Like, got something to say about URL?
Fuck URL. Tell him I said it. You know what I'm saying? Bottom line. It don't got nothing to do with him, so don't fuck his politics up. Fuck URL. Bill Collector said it. You know what I'm saying?
Why you feel that way, Bill?
Them niggas are shady ass, silly ass, weird ass niggas, man.
That walk in the company line, it's like now you want to make us to where the only thing we put out is positive stuff or stuff that's very favorable to you. If we're not doing that, then you have an issue with the interviews we put out, and your way of getting us back is saying, well, we can't let but so many people in. We got to protect this. We got to protect that. I watched Chilla Jones battle B-Dot. I watched Danny Myers battle Ill Will. I watched Jerry West battle Arsenal. There was a crowd across the street. We saw K-Shine and Pat Stay. You mean to tell me one of them couldn't have been Uncle Ra? Couldn't have been Knowledge? All these people that be walking around Caffeine Studios, not one member of Hip Hop Is Real can even get in a venue with a camera. Uncle Ra can't get in. Whole time we sit back, we be seeing interviews and stuff from LA and all this stuff. They not in the venue, bruh. They not watching Mook and Rock live like we think they watching it live. Like, oh, y'all niggas out in LA watching it live. No, y'all watching it outside on y'all phones like we are. Like we at home on the phone. It's something that just don't feel good about that, man. I'm not saying it's wrong. When it's your company, you can do what you want. That's the good thing about being a boss. You can do whatever the hell you want. But at one point in time, you needed us. At one point in time, we were valuable. Even someone as small as me coming from Atlanta, bruh. You know, I told you the story like, yo, I used to get phone calls like, yo, why don't you do blogs on like Glue Easy and Rosenberg Raw and try to drum up competition because drum up interest because we want to book the battle. But if you talk about it, fans will like it because Chris Unbiased said it was good, and then we can feel good about booking it. Oh, I think Hitman is asking for too much money, man. How you feel? Like, yeah, I kind of agree he is asking for too much money. You should do a blog about it. I do a blog about it. I convince y'all Hitman is asking for too much money. Then they use that to try to bring Hitman prices down and justify, well, even Chris Unbiased said Hitman is asking for too much money. So we feel like he's asking for too much money. Y'all start feeling like he's asking for too much money, and then Hitman looks like the bad guy. I ain't gonna lie, Hitman used to be asking for a lot of money though. But you see the narratives you pay. I remember being in Lux vs. Hollow at UW. I remember sitting in VIP at UW, getting a phone call from Beasley like, yo, how many people is in the venue? Count them for me. Let me know how many people is in the venue. Still want to know how well this event was because it wasn't their event. Me saying like, yo, just on the eye test, you know, it's probably about 600-700 people in there. Okay, cool. You know what I'm saying? How is Gracie Guerrilla Warfare event doing? Still want to know. You know what I'm saying? Because he's not out in Chicago. Coming in the Facebook group, my Facebook group, one of the biggest Facebook group at the time, coming in and promoting battle rap, talking to fans, trying to drum up this and drum up that. A lot of stuff happened because of that.
say, number one, I don't really talk. I do action. Everybody see what I do. And I respect
Everybody respect the shooter.
You know, shout out to Chris Unbiased. I was one of the first in the group. You know what I mean? I see what he was doing. Shit was amazing, man. He brought the whole battle rap community together into one spot, into one living room, so we could all have a nice conversation and talk about what we love. And we gotta respect that man for that, man. Shout out to Chris Unbiased. Shout out to URL. This is Twiz, respect the shooter. Holla at me, man.
A lot of stuff happened, battles happened because of that, because of Angry Fans Radio, because of other entities and media. Y'all be like, yo, do you ever, you know, you be worried about your relationship with URL? Bro, I wouldn't be allowed to get in no more. I ain't no more important than Hip Hop Is Real and 15 Minutes of Fame. They can't, I am not a company line walker. I ain't walking a company line. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to talk about what I want to talk about. I'm going to still be respectful at the end of the day. Like, I'm not anti-URL, so I'm not finna ever really get in the blog and just shit on them like that. But I'm not finna walk the company line. I wouldn't be able to get in either. You know what I'm saying? I told you about a phone call me, P, and Black had about, yo, you can get down with URL, man. You know what I'm saying? We're doing big things in the future. It's better get with us now than later. I dubbed that at the time, like, nah, this ain't really what I want to do. I don't really want to be tied to anything. Like, I just want to be me. You know what I'm saying? But to make matters worse, this is to make matters worse, bro. And this is what I'm saying, how when you put a lot of work in, and once again, I'm not talking about me, bro. I do not want these positions. I do not want to be in LA doing cat. I don't want to do none of that shit. I'm speaking strictly for Hip Hop Is Real and 15 Minutes of Fame. When you put the work in, bro, and you be in the street like that, and you really like grind from 100 subscribers to 200 subscribers to 1,000 to 5,000 to 10,000, all the way to 100+K subscriber base. You put a lot of work in. That's a lot of leg hours of covering events, chasing down battle rappers doing this. Somebody call you right away from URL. We need you to shoot this, this, and this. You running over there to do it just to be buddy-buddy with them. Now you no longer need me. Now I'm not good because I don't walk the company toe line in terms of what I talk about. But to make matters worse, bruh, Jay Black can pluck somebody off the street, bruh. Off the street. He plucked Anwar off the street. Put him on champion, and Anwar can get in, and I can't get in. I'm Hip Hop Is Real, 15 Minutes of Fame. Anwar, who just probably got on champion after Tech died, so he probably ain't been on champion more than a year. I gotta get Anwar to do interviews for me because I can't get in.
Let's go. All right, 15 Minutes of Fame.
Okay, let's get it.
Geechee Gotti.
When you media, bruh, it really stings then. Like, wow, like I put in a lot of work. I ran around the town. I remember in 2020, bruh, less than a year ago, I remember D.I. the Henny Man posted on Twitter, yo, Smack, you know, said I was part of the family, da-da-da-da. Less than a year ago. D.I. the Henny Man can get in, but Uncle Rock can't get in. Bruh, that's crazy to me, bruh. Speaking of D.I. the Henny Man, this nigga had the audacity to do a blog about me. I don't know why you doing a blog about me. I don't even talk about you, my nigga. I don't think it's ever been a blog on my channel. I probably got about 20 to 25 blogs since I've been back to battle rap. I don't think I mentioned your name one time, bruh. One time. But you gonna jump out the window and do a blog on me? Yo, let me tell you what this lame ass nigga did, Henny Man, bruh. He did a blog. When I did my redemption blog coming back to battle rap, he did a blog, riding the wave, trying to hop in the YouTube algorithm of Chris Unbiased, doing a Chris Unbiased blog. I don't even know the nigga, doing a Chris Unbiased blog. Welcome back. It's glad to have you back. You a pioneer, you know, you're a pioneer in this battle rap media shit. You know what I'm saying? You know, making the little jokes about Backpage and all this little stuff. But at the end of the day, welcome me back to battle rap. I sat back, I said, look at this nigga here. Now fast forward, I ain't talked to him since. I don't even know the nigga. I ain't never spoke to him before. Even when I was blogging back in the day, before I got locked up, he ran a league, everything, booked A-Verb and all this kind of. I never blogged about his league, never even blogged about him as a battler. So he blogs on my redemption blog, right? Welcomes me back to battle rap. And then I put out Nora's Untold Truth. He quiet now. He ain't got nothing to say. I got the biggest interview on the internet. Everybody, all the media talking about it. Nora's this, Nora's that. Oh, da 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 da. But D.I. the Henny man, he want to keep that UR, he want to walk that company line. He ain't said a word about Norb's Untold Truth. Okay. I ain't tripping. I don't really give a fuck. Just something I noticed. I did a blog about the top 3 reasons Norbs will win the URL lawsuit. Or win something in a lawsuit. You know what I'm saying? I ultimately think it'll settle, but to win something in a lawsuit. It was just my opinion. It wasn't me being anti-URL. It was just my opinion on a lawsuit. You know what I'm saying? All of a sudden, D.I. does a blog talking about Chris Unbiased. Anyone associated with the kind of charges he has shouldn't even be in this battle rap culture. Nigga put on a whole cape for URL, bruh. He tried to act like it was some other shit going on, like he just had an epiphany, you know what I'm saying? Like, oh, Chris Unbiased, Ty Pretty, this person, like nobody needs to be associated in the culture, da-da-da-da. The problem is the nigga had already done a welcome home blog. Nigga did a whole welcome home blog for me. So when I saw that, I said, this ain't even about that. This is about the Norbs blog I did. You felt you jumping out the window again like you did on the certified shooter shit. Shit ain't got nothing to do with you. It's funny how you be telling niggas that they need to mind their business, but you be jumping in other niggas' business.
I'm there every weekend, you know what I mean? They go Beasley right there. You know what I mean? It's all good, baby. Niggas need to mind their motherfucking business. That's what it is.
It's funny how that works. How you can't seem to mind your business. So you throw your cape on for URL. And then you fuck around and get fired. You got fired on your day off, my nigga. You going to Burlington Coat Factory and shit, buying suits to go on there, stand next to Jay Black. And nigga got fired. Nigga then went out and purchased brand new suits and got fired and shit.
But how did he know? How he found out?
Then you doing interviews talking about you a boss.
At the end of the day, I was hosting, man, surf hosting. Yeah. People say what the fuck they want, man. I am a boss.
I'm trying to figure out how you a boss and you got fired. You ain't no damn boss. I'm a boss. When I wake up every day, I don't clock in, but money still keep hitting my account. I don't clock in. I wake up when I want to wake up. I do whatever I want to do throughout the day. You work for niggas. Let's make sure we get that clear. You work for niggas. You doing interviews for 15 minutes of fame. I know they asked you to do it. You know what I'm saying? I know they asked you to do it. Told them they'll shoot you a little bit of bread for it or whatever. Once again, you being a worker. You being a worker. You trying to be battle rap media. You letting media hire you. What kind of nigga, bruh? Hey, yo, my nigga, take off them fake-ass Versace shades, too. Yeah, let's just get that out the way. Take off them fake-ass Versace shades. I think Murder Mook said it best. How can I just go in the middle of the mall and get your shades?
What the fuck? What the fuck? Stop playing. What the fuck? Stop playing. What the fuck is that? Ah!
That's where your shades is at, my nigga, in the middle of the mall. Them ain't real Versace's, bruh. Hey, man, leave me alone, man. Leave me alone. I don't want no problems, man. Go on there, do your caffeine show. Take care of your kids. I heard you got a lot of kids, man. I heard you on your Sean Kemp shit. Take care of your kids. Leave me alone, man. I digress, man. I digress. But back to what I was saying, bruh. Even caffeine deals. 15 minutes of fame, Hip Hop Is Real could get a caffeine deal. All these people they interview, bro, they could bring anybody and do an interview with them and put it out on caffeine and have a Hip Hop Is Real or 15 Minutes of Fame caffeine show. Let them eat too. You know, everybody getting a caffeine deal, bro. KCJ, Official, 40 Bars, Surf, Jazz, Goods, DNA. You know what I'm saying? People that, there's a lot of caffeine shows, bro. Some of them ain't even that professional. I gotta keep it. Some of the backgrounds look whack. Some of the setups look whack. They still getting a check every month. You know what I'm saying? Why Hip Hop Is Real and 15 Minutes of Fame can't eat on caffeine too? I kind of wanted to see everybody kind of like, you know, as you get to this caffeine level, I kind of want to see everybody just be on some kumbaya humbug shit. But it's definitely not the case, man. And for me to be thinking that niggas is actually flying out to LA and can't get into the caffeine studios. Can't get in the studios, bruh. And I didn't talk to some people out there. They like, yeah, random people are coming in and stuff like that. Some, you know, buddy shit coming in. And it's just like, you know what's going on, bruh. You want to start your own media. You start your own media. You can't really stop them from getting interviews outside of caffeine. So if they want to, see, they so big in battle rap, it don't really hurt them really. It just don't really hurt them. Because at the end of the day, they can pull up in LA. They know all the battle rappers, so they can find out where the battle rappers stay. They can get interviews after the fact. They can get interviews when they come back to whatever city they in. They gonna get their interviews. This is not about Hip Hop Is Real and 15 Minutes of Fame not getting their interviews. They gonna get their interviews. But the whole time I'm thinking they in LA actually watching the battle event live, they not even in the building, bruh. It ain't even just that. They not even in the building for the small shit. The Born Legacies and stuff like that. They not even being allowed in them buildings anymore. You can say this ain't about COVID, bruh. This is not about COVID. And I know a lot of y'all may be like, man, URL just leveling up, man. Do what they want to do, man. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes in order to elevate, you got to get rid of some niggas. But I'm just speaking from a media standpoint, bruh. I'm just speaking from a media standpoint. I feel like Hip Hop Is Real in 15 Minutes of Fame, whether you like them, whether you feel like they compromise, whether you feel like they do interview, whatever the case, they moved the needle in this culture with their interviews. And if I was to look up and be like, yo, Henny Man and Anwar, and this ain't even a slight to them, is getting walked in just on who they know. It's just like, bro, I put in way too much work for that. That's just my thoughts, man. Y'all let me know what's going on, man. Subscribe to the channel. Don't be no hater, man. I'm low tier media, man. Don't be no hater. Subscribe to the channel. I try and get my numbers up. Holla at your boy.
G2 is the third and last 1 on 814.